So I save in Bitcoin because Bitcoin can't be devalued. There is no possible way, shape, or form, it's written in the code, that more Bitcoin will ever be created. There's only 21 million ever created, and out of those 21 million, it's probably like 19 million, a little bit more on the end of like 19.5, 19.4 coins that exist. And the reason why it's not 21 million is because there's lost coins. People lose their wallets, they forget their seed phrases, Satoshi's wallet, and it'll probably become more as we go by as the years go by. When you have something that can't be created easily and it's scarce, that means it will grow in value. I choose to save in Bitcoin because it's outperformed every other asset in the last decade. If you don't believe me, just look it up yourself.
Now, this video is in response to this young lady's video about Bitcoin. I believe that she's correct for the most part, and everything that she's said is actually on point. You know, Bitcoin has managed to outperform majority of the asset classes that are out there over the last 10 or so years. And so I actually agree with majority of what she says, except for one thing, that is, I wouldn't advise anyone to save in Bitcoin, most definitely not at these prices. Aside from those that are in leveraged trading, if you're doing leveraged shorting or leveraged longing, aside from that, I wouldn't advise anyone to purchase Bitcoin at its current price or to even save in it at its current price. Personally, I'm not buying Bitcoin above $5. Now, I know that sounds outrageous even to the majority that are out there, to those that are heavily invested in Bitcoin. But just so you know, Bitcoin is not at all immune to market manipulation and volatility. And Bitcoin moves in cycles. And the way I know this is from experience, from spending a lot of time observing Bitcoin. But not only that, from also visions. We all know that without vision, we perish. We go nowhere, right? So this is all coming from experience and vision. Bitcoin will reset to below $1. And there's no way that I could have this knowledge without vision. Hence why vision is also important. So yes, you'd never see me purchasing Bitcoin above $1, above $1. So wisdom is to always have some money on the side or to be in buy orders, low limit buy orders, in order to catch it at those prices, because they're coming. Bitcoin is cyclical, like all things in life. It is not at all exempt from the cycles. Now, I'm speaking specifically about Bitcoin here. A lot of people jump in at these high prices when Bitcoin is literally at or near the tops, and they end up losing a lot of money, you see. But if they were to just stick to the basic rule of buying low and then selling high, they would be fine. The thing is, they're being drowned out by this cacophony of people that are constantly broadcasting, preaching the exact same thing. Oh, Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. This is coming next. When actually none of these people know exactly what Bitcoin's going to do and where it's heading. But Bitcoin moves in cycles. And once you stick by the rules of buying low and selling high, you'll be fine. Because Bitcoin is highly manipulated, by these whales. And they love to get all the retailers to buy in and to inflate the price, and then they just dump on them and pull the rug right from beneath their feet. Now, I've been watching Bitcoins from November of last year, and I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one who've been paying attention. This entire run was manufactured. I mean, that is crystal clear. You can literally call this the Trump run. This was not based off of market fundamentals or any kind of adaptation. I mean, the ETFs have something to do with it, yes. But this was the price of Bitcoin was all inflated from getting a pro-Bitcoin president. And everyone knows this. And to have something move based purely off of news or a specific elect president, that just won't be sustainable. Because God forbid something happens to that president, what would happen to Bitcoin? What would happen to the price of Bitcoin? You see what I mean? So it's not wise at all. But that's one of the reasons why Bitcoin has appreciated so fast from November. And like I said, even the blind could see it. The whole thing is being manipulated, you see. But not only just Bitcoin, even the president himself, when he launched his coin, he wasn't supposed to do that, even at that particular time. That also is market manipulation. It's no different than a pump and dump scheme, which both him and his wife pulled off. But it's only those who have been in the space for a number of years would know and realize immediately that that's what he did. That it was no different than what these pump and dumpers do and these rug pullers. So yeah, that's where I'm buying Bitcoin, under $1. Because Sub-Zero and Sub-Zero is coming. And like I said again, having vision is vital, because without it, we perish and we will definitely miss out, we will lose. And that's how I know it's coming. So you want to have some cash on the side, and also try to set up some low limit buy orders just in case the exchanges go down whenever this occurs. That would be my advice to this young lady. You know, that would pay off better. If you were to get in at these lower prices and just ride it all the way up to the top in the next cycle. But as far as purchasing at these highs, I wouldn't recommend anyone doing that. Now, to answer this question that I've received probably over 1,000 times, so that people may gain understanding. Now, for example, if someone were to purchase $5,000 of Bitcoin at its current price, nearly 100 grand right now, and Bitcoin were to crash down to, let's say, $10,000, you wouldn't lose your Bitcoin per se. I mean, the value of the amount that you have would depreciate significantly. Probably you paid, what, $10,000, but now if Bitcoin crashes down to $5,000, your $10,000 probably would be worth $10. You'd see probably $10 in your account. Now, if you don't mind waiting like a year or two, then the price of your Bitcoin would appreciate again. It would go back to the $10,000 that you spent, or higher if Bitcoin manages to go above the 100,000K area again. So just so you guys understand, if it goes down, the value and the amount of Bitcoin that you have will go down as well. But if you don't mind waiting for a period of time, the price will appreciate with it, so long as Bitcoin also appreciates. So that's how it works. But for me, wisdom is to purchase it at the lower prices. So this way you won't have to be worried about any kinds of crashes, because you would have gotten in from way early. You would have gotten in from it's very, very cheap. So just always remember, it's the cycles. Bitcoin and all other asset classes moves in cycles. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys after I'd seen this video. I decided to make a reaction video to this young lady. Now take care until next time. Shalom.